Hello once again, my chickadees. Game & Chick is back once again with another review. Before we get started, I wanted to give a big thank you to Koei Tecmo for providing me with a review copy to make this review possible. Thank you very much. Now with that out of the way, let's go! Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse is the fourth entry into the Fatal Frame franchise and is developed and published by Koei Tecmo. After coming off the semi-successful remaster of Made in a Blackwater, Koei Tecmo now decides to give the rest of the world outside of Japan their own taste of horror by finally localizing this title. But was it worth the wait all these years? Or should it have just stayed stuck and lost forever on our Nintendo Wiis? Only one way to find out, so let's get spooky! Story. A group of children mysteriously disappeared during a festival on Rogetsu Island. Although they were found, they had lost their memories. Now they have returned to the island as teenagers. The girls rely on the Camera Obscura, a camera with the power to capture and seal away unthinkable. Gameplay. Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, as stated before, is a localization of the once Japan-exclusive title made by Koei Tecmo that was originally released for the Nintendo Wii back in 2008. Man, it took that freaking long for us to get this title? What were you doing all this time? It sort of reminds me of how much we had to beg Nintendo in order for them to bring over titles with Operation Rainfall in order to even play games like Last Story, Pandora's Tower, and even Xenoblade Chronicles. You know, that now widely successful series of Xenoblade we got continuing on now? Yeah, we weren't even going to get that. Talk about a total brain fart. Nearly as big of a brain fart as me saving my game in whatever game I'm playing, and then literally 2 seconds after I did it, I wonder, hang on, did I save my game? So out of paranoia with one side of my brain saying to me, you stupid idiot, yes you did save it, but the other half is like, press X'd it out. Then of course I have to resave again. So yes, Nintendo, this is the case. Koei Tecmo, you guys have my level of brain fart, sorry. With each game taking place in various locations from shrines, mountains, dungeons, abandoned villages, and the like, Fatal Frame 4 sees itself set on Rogetsu Island, an isolated island off the coast of Japan which has a history of occult rituals and supernatural occurrences. I mean, of course it does. You really think this would end up a carefree Hawaiian getaway or a trip to Puerto Rico for a beach vacation? Yeah, no. That spot is reserved for the Lakers and LeBron James in a few months.
LeBron James so upset. Regulation is...
Ooh. Okay, I'm sorry about that to any Lakers fans. I didn't mean it. I mean, my Phoenix Suns will probably be there before you guys anyway, since we're masters at choking away our seasons. But we're way off topic. My bad, guys. In this title, you, the player, take on the role of Ruka Minazuki, a young woman who has been invited to the island to participate in a traditional festival. Upon arriving on the island, Ruka begins to experience strange visions and encounters supernatural entities. Diving deeper into Japanese folklore as you progress through the main narrative, you will see that it seems to revolve around the Moon Princess, a legendary figure from Japanese mythology. Good thing it's Moon Princess and not Moon Children, otherwise we would all lose our eyes. I do not wish to go through that trauma again that was brought on to all of us by Ben. Uh-oh, talking about that creepy boy again is what made him come back last time. Perhaps I shouldn't have done that. The gameplay of Fatal Frame, of course, like all previous entries, centers around the use of a special camera known as the Camera Obscura, which is capable of capturing the spirits of the dead and weakening them, allowing the player to defeat them. Utilizing this camera, you're also able to take pictures of specters, the non-lethal ghosts, in order to gain a boost of points or more hints as to where you should head next to further the narrative or purchase health herbs, film types, and even new costumes. However, simply snapping a photo and being done with it isn't as clear-cut and dry either, because the more you progress as you solve puzzles, number riddles, press triangle to hold camera up and R2 to get a quick snapshot, right stick to do a quick spin around, to move around quicker or engage a threat easier, reach to grab for items that may be key to the story, or items that you need such as herbal medicines to restore health. Yes, even with those as a part of the gameplay mechanics, you still have to utilize film types. Much like in Made in a Blackwater, if you've played it recently, you may switch out not only film types that vary in the amount of damage they do, but also being able to use them for points that can be picked up from picture taking or defeating enemies. With each enemy defeated or photographed, you'll be able to utilize those points alongside blue and red crystal shards to upgrade your Camera Obscura. This includes add-ons for quick burst shots for higher damage, ability to stun enemies, push upgrade that knocks ghosts backwards after a successful snapshot, or a special fatal frame shot that will instant kill. Oh yeah, there's a ton that goes into the mechanics. Granted, that's about all there is to it. If I'm going to be honest and fair, it does give you more in variety than a lot of other horror games out there. I'm looking at you, Fantastic Dizzy. While the gameplay mechanics are great and can be pretty engaging, the true hero of this remaster is the game's graphics. Remastered from the previous Wii version from way over a decade ago, it keeps up its uniquely creepy and haunting atmosphere by using everything in its sack of tricks, from new lighting, the use of dark and shadowy environments, sounds and music playing over intercoms to disorient you, ghosts outside windows as you pass by, sounds from behind locked doors of figures you can't see, and even ringing phones that send chills down your spine as you shake with nerves as you answer it and ask, "Hello? This is Chicky Meat's Bistro, where we don't got a problem with you, only hunger. What's your beef?"
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of My Pillow. Thanks to your support, you've helped me.
Oh no, not you. Go away, go away! Sorry, I really hate phone calls from that guy. He's everywhere. I'm not even sure how he got this number anyways. We're literally out in the middle of nowhere on an island in Japan. But enough of him. As I was saying, this game sets its tone really well with how creepy it can be, whether you're trying to dodge 2 to 3 spirits at a time and hastily trying to get off a snapshot, or using your flashlight to also combat against ghosts when you do not have access to your camera via your third playable character as you try to discover the mystery surrounding the island. Granted, I still find Fatal Frame 2 and Made in Blackwater a bit creepier at the end of the day, but because of the newly designed cutscenes that tells the story in both real-time events going on with the characters as well as flashbacks to show how they got there, why they're mentally messed up from having witnessed things that should not have been seen, such as deaths and horrors of friends, it still holds its own and remains true to the core fabric of what makes Fatal Frame a mainstay in the horror genre. In regards to the game's length and the amount of times you will stay spooked, you will be looking to go through multiple chapters, or in this case phases, you know, as in phases of the moon. Get it? Lunar eclipse, moon, eclipse. Yeah, you get it. You aren't as dumb as me walking out of a room in this game, then 2 seconds later turning around and going right back into it, because I'm terrible with my remembering capability and directions. I know what you're thinking, and no, don't you say it. Don't you dare. So going through the roughly dozen phases, you're looking at a good 13 to 15 hour romp of horror fest that will leave you... What? Sorry, hang on a second. Hello?
Over the last 12 years, you've helped My Pillow create thousands of jobs.
Holy crap, bro. I said no already. For the last time, stop calling here. Ugh, I swear that dude just won't quit. However, some people playing this title just might quit, sadly. Why do I say people will quit? Well, it could be due to a few factors. Some that are a core gameplay element, and others maybe because they, the player, get lost too much and lose interest in continuing because it takes them too long to figure out what to do and wander around aimlessly for hours. These are valid concerns, alongside the way your character controls. If you played Made in Blackwater first, you're immediately going to notice the difference in movement between both games. Blackwater feels smooth and responsive and reactionary to your every button press, alongside having a decently paced running and jogging speed to pick up the pace. However, in Lunar Eclipse, running is no more quicker than your average walk speed. This can make traversal back and forth through your venue and its multiple floors, basements, dungeons, passages very, very tedious. Sure, that might sound tedious by itself in general, but add into the fact that you're nearly moving at a snail's pace around narrow hallways as you navigate your maze of a map trying to figure out just what the heck you're supposed to do next. It can make solving a 10-minute puzzle go to one that takes an hour. Big yikes. Another issue is a mixture of multiple gameplay mechanics that can hinder the player. One that mixes player movement, the environment, and turning mechanics all together. While you walk through very narrow hallways with no proper way to move back and forth other than using right stick spin motion, you will be attacked anywhere from 1 to 3 spirits at a time, all of who can phase through walls, come out from another area from the side of you, in front of you, or behind you, as indicated on your danger meter on top of your screen. The problem I have with this, and why many others will too, is because you have to press triangle to pick up your camera, D-pad to switch film types, R2 to snap a photo, then release triangle to go back to a stationary position. Then press right stick to try to spin your character around to run in order to get distance from your enemies. But did you catch the problem with that? You're in a narrow hallway and the enemy types move faster than you. By the time you snap a picture to hit one enemy, the other is already on you or close, so putting the camera down, spinning and moving to run away faster makes you run into a wall or into the arms of another ghost because there's nowhere to move. And on top of that, your character is too slow to react and move at the same speed and fluidity of your button presses like you are able to do in titles like Made in Blackwater. It feels frustrating and disjointed, and with the majority of the game taking place in these types of atmospheres, it wears out its welcome rather quickly, no matter which character you play as. You know who never outstays their welcome though? Gator face, unless they get blasted by an idiot who doesn't know how to holster their damn weapon. Overall, at the end of the day, Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse does bring back elements from the series that keep it in line with why people love these games. However, at the same time, brings headaches this time around that aren't really as prevalent in the previous entries as they are here. Sure, the game has a spooky atmosphere, fun flashlight mechanic usage at times for a solid mix-up of pace from using a camera, updated graphics that look great and add to the immersion, a really good mystery and hunting for answers type of narrative story, that's all great. But it falls short with its slow walking mechanic, clunky use of camera and moving mechanics, too many narrow hallways that hinder your movement, along with the camera's movement that obscures your vision, which can cause you to die, tedious back and forth investigating due to characters not being able to spin, run, or move as quickly as you would like, frame rate dips upon entering the third floor, etc. Again, this isn't a bad title, and it does what it needs to do to prove it's worth a Zero, Project Zero, and Fatal Frame title. But honestly, while I enjoyed it for what it is, the maneuvering through hallways with shoddy camera work and turning speed just irritated me more than they entertained me a lot of the time, and that's a real bummer. Having now finished this entry, the fourth in the series, I can now say I've played every single entry in the series. And if I'm going to have to keep it real, out of all the entries, this is definitely the weakest one. So with all this having been said, my verdict is clear. Game & Chick says, wait. Hey, I thought I told you to stop calling here. What? Is that an owl? What in the hell? Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that review, and I look forward to bringing more to you in the coming future. For new people, feel free to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like or share. And for people already subscribed, make sure to hit that notification bell so that you do not miss out on any future content upload. Also, feel free to click on my other reviews linked above because they're kinda cool too. So, give them a look. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch all you chickadees on the next one. Quit!